Good evening. Good evening, family. What's going on? Uh, Today, June 7th, I'm going to talk about what's going on with the AMC, the latest news going AMC, and I'll read a few articles quickly and give my comment on what's going on regarding AMC. So let's start right away. Okay, so that's a tweet from regarding MC. Um, this tweet said some analysts short cycle Gensler and MC sensing retail fatigue. Basically, what it say is some analysts are reading the comment of the Twitter community regarding AMC and the lack of action by SEC and Gary Gensler. Some retail investors are frustrated and angry regarding the lack of action by Gary Gensler and SEC. And they understand they're doing basically nothing to stop the corruption and the illegal activity in the dark pool. Now, what is there good news? Now, if we read this tweet, former SEC, uh, former SEC enforcement chief Lisa Braganca called out Gary Gensler regarding the lack of transparency and the lack of regulation and the lack of accountability of the hedge fund and the dark pool. So if we read this tweet, between 90 and 95 of market order feel away from regulated exchange that regulate and transparent. This makes absolutely no sense. Sermon, she said, and the SECGov will be issued will proposal output so we can command. Then if we go we scroll down, we look, we can see, we can see note that PFOF is banned in UK and Canada, and Europe is working on ban. Those markets did not crash, so it's possible to ban PFOF without the sky falling up. And good to know. She also made another tweet. Gensler also said will be looking at market plumbing, climbing, settling, and anything by. This is harder to do than we would think. There are a lot of best interests in the current system, and to really make money, they will not want to give out those profits. Then she make another comment. I will keep an eye out of the rule proposal to post. The key is to give SEC specific ether data or specific suggestion, but the law the SEC is required to consider all comment. Don't respond one by one, but they do go them out and should respond. This process is not perfect, but it's a way to communicate directly with the SEC. If you look at rule proposal, you see the Financial Service Trades Association, a major player. Do not miss the chance to respond to this rule proposal. So we should respond to it. So basically, she denounced the lack of action of Gary Gensler and SEC and the passivity. And she also compared the stock market in Canada, UK, and Europe with the stock market in the United States. And she wanted to ban the PDOF uh, illegal activity. She used to work uh, in SEC, and now she communicates with the retail investor. She knows what's going on inside, and she can see corruption and the lack of action of the SEC agency. So now let's look another tweet, interesting tweet, because 1 second, let me show you another tweet quickly. Okay, moving on. This tweet from Mr. Donny George said, uh, Evergrande bondholder got a letter from Citibank who had as intermediary for Evergrande that he will never see his money with to start emerging call and forced liquidation. Where will the AG get collateral? That's a question. Said DOJ any comment? So we addressed to different agency. So now the good part. Evergrande bondholder, I will never see my money again. As China, Evergrande Republic began negotiating to create a way to repay billions of home to offshore bondholders, a paying agent of one of the embedded property giant using terminated bond has sent a letter so basically Evergrande, one of the uh, biggest real estate corporation in China, they uh, were not able to make the payment on the bond. So uh, that's another thing. That's another event that really triggered the AMC short squeeze, and a lot of our hedge fund have collateral on the stock market and also the real estate in China. So that's another event that we triggered AMC short squeeze, and um, people need to understand Evergrande is just the head of the iceberg. A lot of real estate corporation beside Evergrande, one of them is Frontier. A lot of real estate corporation in China have the same issue. So to meet default and their payment. So that's something else people have to think about, keep in mind, and that's why it's a matter of day or week before the MC short is triggered. So just be patient and don't believe the thought of feeling uncertainty and doubt pushed by the mainstream media. So let's go. So now let's read quickly an article. So we know Mr. SEC Chairman, Mr. Gensler, SEC Chairman said banning payment for order flow is on the table. So finally, try to do something, but we know he's not gonna push toward, and basically he's doing his best not to attack Citadel and Kevin Griffin. But let's read the article, right? So Gary Gensler, chairman of the U.S. Security Exchange Commission, an article wrote by Melissa Little Bloomberg, a controversial practice that's brought billions of dollars for brokers in high-frequency trading firms is in the cross-chair of Security Exchange Commission and could be really internal. In an interview with Brian on Monday, said Chairman Gary Gensler that a full ban of payment for order flow is on the table. Payment for order flow is in practice where brokers send trade order to market maker that execute those trade and return for a portion of the profit. So now finally it will do something, but like I say, it will make sure it's not earning the big echelons such as CDL. So basically it's supporting the corruption. So let's read another article. So the second. Another thing that happened with more and more hedge funds are going bankrupt or losing their money. They bet against us basically. So if I'm reading this article, short seller raised bet against GameStop AMC to highest level in a year as Wall Street ahead. Investors once began work of the fortitude to bet against GameStop AMC roughly 18 months after the last January infamous GameStop short squeeze sent GameStop's share surging more than 1,000%. The move was on short that eventually prompted Robinhood minus 4.2, 28 in order retail brokers to restrict trading. In addition, that prompt congressional hearing and widespread outrage. At least one of the hedge fund of capital was bidding on the bet against GameStop of 14.36%, forcing to seek an emergency cash infusion. 1 year later, Melvin decided to wind down. Although short interest is not nowhere near the exaggerated level that preceded January 2021, history rally data from S3 Partners showed that short interest is both GameStop and AMC. Entertainment holding in AMC was 9.37 persistently elevated once again have reached its highest level about a year. By comparison, shortly before the trading freeze really kicked off 18 months ago, short interest in GameStop reportedly exceeded 100%, which is possible since share can, in theory, be bought and sold short more than once. The rise, the recent rise in short interest was not incorporated in a report. GameStop reported its earnings for the first 3 months of 2022 last week, while AMC reported last month. According to S3 Porter data, short interest is up to 23% GameStop flow. We can see the graph. It's a formation. Wall Street analysts who cover GameStop AMC are generally pessimistic and expect earnings per share to contract for both stock gaining until next fiscal year, according to the Fed media estimate. And a good reason for that, at least as far as GameStop is concerned, with Bush Michael Patcher has been covering GameStop in February 2002, saying that they have good reason to be skeptical. The fundamentals are bad and spending on new initiative NFT marketplace crypto wallet, wiping out the little bit of profit expecting them to earn from the core business. Patrick said the last one is already recorded for the first time ever. And the cash balance declined by around 700 million over the last 3 quarters. They burned 300 million in cash in the most recent quarter, but that was inexplicable build up in inventory. GameStop share ran ahead the last earnings report, but it did low since nearly 10% since the start of the year, while AMC share have found only 50% up. Time GameStop share and up and Tuesday up to 40.4% at $100.46 compared to 50-week high of $344.60. AMC share closed with 9.4% at $13.07 compared to 50-week high of $64.96. So basically, so uh, we can see the volatility of the market. We understand there we understand there volatility in the market. We are not too concerned regarding that, and it does not matter to us. We know the hedge fund have to reimburse the board share, and a lot of hedge fund have right now. So we have a problem. We will try and buy more. I want to show you something quickly, and um, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. So it's really time for the financial mafia to collapse, and we can agree there's a lot of corruption, and we are in bed together. And Gary is Gensler seem to comply with them, and don't bother to his what it's been paid for and what what is required to do basically, right? So finally, there's one more thing I want to display on the screen. People need to. That's a website people need to be aware of. You can see the price, and we can see the number of share available to borrow. We can see the trading volume, and that's one of the website you can use. That's one of the website you can use uh, to follow the, the different event or the process MC short squeeze during the process of the short. If you want to know what percentage of short is need to be reimbursed, need to be covered, and depending of the percentage, you may decide to, example, sell 5% of your share, 10% of your share, and for every plateau, we have an money, we have specific price you want for your share. So basically, let's say you want to sell your share $10,000, but you want to sell your share 10,000, uh, only the first 20% of your share at 10,000. Then you have another plateau for the next 20% of your share. You want to sell to, I don't know, 15,000. Then for the next 20% of your share, you want to sell to 25,000. You have different plateau and you have different objective, because is that you need to be careful. You cannot have a fixed price in your mind. So I'm going to sell my share, let's say 200,000, and 90% of the share are already reimbursed. You have to make sure you have different plateau to get your money, right? So different plateau, you sell a percentage of your share. And probably also a lot of our retirement plan from the police or some bank bought some share, Bank of Montreal, and they may sell their share quickly. So they will trigger the outgoing, eh, but as a retail investor, since you don't have so much share, you need to wait, but make sure you sell to different platforms. So